kids for my Hussein or my Ferrari. Don't need no kids for my Hussein or my Bugatti. Push the button, push the button, push the button. Don't need no kids for my Hussein or my Ferrari. Don't need no kids for my Hussein or my Bugatti. Push the button, push the button, push the button.
What's good, YouTube? What's good, my fellow Wayne gang? It's Evolve with Wayne. I'm back with some more heat. I know people have been wondering what we do for a living and why we always got time to make videos. Well, I am going to tell you exactly what I do. Little hint. Neither one of us work for anybody. We work for ourselves. So that is what's to come through this video. Stay tuned. You will hear it. Shout out to everybody that's following, everybody that, wants to just support your boy and give their advice and help out and just follow me along this journey. It's called Evolve for Wayne, or Evolve with Wayne, for a reason. We are evolving. I am doing nothing but growing. So follow, like, subscribe, comment, share. Hit that notification bell at the top right corner, and I guarantee you will not be disappointed. Side note, I do have a surprise for my subscribers tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll be dropping my normal daily vlog, and it will have a surprise. So you definitely want to stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
I do have my pops on here. Dad, go ahead, take it off. Let them know what you do, man.
What's going on? This your man's Wayne, aka Pops, aka Mr. Bingo. For those that know me, know my son. I've been in the music business roughly about 20 years. Still doing it. Got an album getting ready to drop within the next 6 months to a year. It's been sitting on it. COVID does shut a lot of things down, so I had to, put it in the vault for a minute. But hey, not only that one, but I'm about to go down to Atlanta, work with my dude Ace on another track next week. So I'll be in the lab next weekend. Also be in Selma, Alabama, doing a show. So
stay tuned. Stay tuned, man, because y'all might get some behind the scenes footage. I may pop up on him. He is coming to my neck of the woods. So
of course.
I gotta show him love. Just stay tuned. I'm telling y'all, there's gonna be heat coming.
Yeah, and this is not to promote the album. That's just to let y'all know what I do. Been an entrepreneur for all my life, pretty much. I think that's where my son got it from. And as a father, I'm proud because society teaches you to go to school and work for somebody once you graduate either high school or college. So the hardest thing it is to be an entrepreneur and make that money the hard and the grind way. It's easy to go and work for somebody, work 8 hours, get paid for 8 hours. Yeah. But to me, that's spinning your wheels. You know what I mean? You can't really get ahead doing that. And I say that because I worked for the post office 25 years. All right. A lot of it was out of necessity. But it got to a point where, son, I was like, you know what? I can't even do this no more. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
I already know.
Let me tell you how sick your pops is, right? I didn't go to work for 2 years. I didn't even call. I was hoping that they would fire me, and they didn't. So when they called me and talk about, we're gonna give you one more chance, huh? You're gonna hold on. Let me get this right. You're gonna give me another chance. Man, I called my dudes. I was like, Mom, I ain't went to work in 2 years. They still ain't fired. She said, just resign. Man, I picked up the phone, called the number. I said, I'd like to resign. I did not know it was that easy. The action was easy. You know what I mean? Just picking in the phone. They said, when you want to resign? I said, shit, yesterday. You know what I mean? The hard part is, once you've been working in the system for that long, it's hard to walk away because people are getting used to what is called guaranteed money. You know what I mean? So you trade your time for that guaranteed money, but I ain't built that way.
And if there's one thing we can't get, it's time. I mean, we can't get time back, so you got to make the best of the time you got left. Like, tomorrow is not promised.
No, man, you can spend money and get money back tomorrow. But once that time is spent,
you can't get it back.
You can't get it back. It's gone. You know, and a lot of people don't understand the importance of time over money. More people put more emphasis on money than they do time. Now, that's not to say that money, you don't need no money. You know what I mean? I ain't going to lie about that.
Right.
There's a difference when you use your time to make money and not work. You use all your time to earn money.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because when you earn it, it's a cap. They already got a cap on how much you can make for how many hours you're going to work. The Uncle Sam will have his hand in your pocket. Uncle Sam will have his hand in your pocket anyway. But if I could work literally 2 hours a day and make what I was making 8 to 10 hours, man, you got to be kidding me. And that brings me to my next point. If y'all don't understand, man, check out the stock market. Learn how to trade. Man, you talk about freedom. Now it's hard. I ain't gonna lie. It's not no walking the park or no slice of cake or nothing like that. But I guarantee you, if you put in the work to understand just one strategy and do that over and over and over, just get so good that it's almost like a program. You'll start to see that you don't have to work 8 hours. Man, the market opens up at 9 o'clock. By 11 o'clock, I'm done.
Right.
You know,
and nobody understands the freedom. It becomes repetitive. It becomes a mind over matter thing, right? Yes. I mean, I've worked a job where I get up every morning. I was geared that way. I got up every morning. I clocked in. I worked my job. I clocked out. The problem is, once I clocked out, my job expected me to keep working. But I got a family. So how am I supposed to keep working past the hours that you hired me for? Right. And then they like to put it on, and this is for everybody out there, because I know those of you that do work and those of you that have been at your job, they like to put it on you. If somebody else calls off or somebody else is not available to work their scheduled shift, they'll call you and try to make you feel bad for it, for having a life outside of them. Meanwhile, you being there is lining everybody's pockets, but yours. I mean,
hey, the big game though, if you die, the job just keeps going.
Right, because they hire somebody else to replace you. As a matter of fact, I know a couple companies that then laid off people in high-paying positions, you know, that made essentially their worth what they felt like they was worth. They put the time in, they got the money, they got the raises, they did everything they were supposed to do for that job, only to get laid off. And then the job go and hire somebody that'll do their job for cheaper.
Man, listen.
I mean, I encourage anybody to be like, if you don't want to take that leap, I understand people got family. I understand people have, kids and things they need to do in their day-to-day operation. And maybe owning a business is not for you, right? Because somebody has to have, the employees. But just know your worth. Know your worth.
But you know what they done did? We done been bamboozled to where they put entertainment, music, being an artist as an entrepreneur thing that kind of derail our people. You know what I mean? And I'm saying this because very few people even make it in the music industry.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because they're not worried about more the business, they're worried about the fame. And
right.
they dangle this carrot out in front of you. And it's only like maybe 5% of people that get into the music business that even make it. It's almost like in basketball, 1% make it to the NBA. You know, NFL, maybe 2.5% make it to the NFL. So these numbers are skewed, but when you see them on TV, people are like, man, I want to be that. I'm like, look, you can make so much money behind the scenes.
Right. I mean, and there's a lot of things you could be doing. I mean, you could be producing tracks, right? There's
Right.
not all producers actually are in the light. I mean, you may hear their voice at the beginning of a track, somewhere in a track, or maybe at the end of the track. They'll make their presence be known. But if somebody was asked to name them, they wouldn't know.
No,
right?
they wouldn't.
The most people that would know.
They make so much money. They get the bag.
Right. And that's how it should be. So I encourage everybody out there, anybody that ever comes across this video, anybody that's currently watching, anybody that's going to be watching in the future, find your niche, right?
Yes.
Find your hobby. Find something that you can do.
You're passionate about,
to stay in your bag. I mean, you don't gotta quit your job. You don't have to look or frown upon working a job. That's not where I'm coming from with this. What I'm saying is have a side hustle. Do something for yourself. Make your expectations so limitless that nobody can take anything from you, right? And that brings me to my history, right? I know a couple people want to know exactly what I've been doing, right? I'm a very secretive person, so I don't tell people a lot of things. I try not to talk more than I listen, because that's one of the fundamentals of life, right? Everybody has to learn. You're never too old to learn. You're never too, disadvantaged to learn.
Life is the next teacher. Once you graduate, life is a whole different class.
Right. And I can tell you, and I can tell you, I've learned more in life than I did in school. Now, for those of you that's still in school, stay in school. Graduate.
Really?
Because that is very important. What I'm saying is pick what you want for your life.
Son, you gonna start showing cartoons on this channel now?
No, but you know. Everybody's gonna be. My kids will be watching this. So important.
Hey, because like I tell all, especially athletes. I mean, we're just natural athletes. When we do it, we do it. But what we lack is in the education department. I tell kids that once you enter high school, as long as you carry a 3.5, you can go to any college you want to, and they give you. Of course, they give you financial aid, but then they give you breaks. They give you money back for your grades.
Right. So you get your grants.
Yeah.
You can get a scholarship. I mean, but most importantly, pick your lane. Do not let anybody derail you from what you have set in your mind, because nobody is going to have to live your life but you. Facts. Stay with that. Live by that. If you don't take anything from what I say, or if nothing I do is motivational enough, take the fact that you are your own person. You deserve to be great. You deserve to stay great, and you will make it. Follow your path. Follow what you believe in, and you will be great. As far as me goes, as far as I go, rather, terrible grammar. I'm telling people to stay in school.
Hey, I'm looking behind you like, do you got 3 other people in there?
Well, like I am third generation. I am the third generation. I am the third generation. So
I'm the second. Oh, we got a nice bloodline, son.
There's 4 of us. You got
a nice bloodline.
Grandpa, you got Pawpaw, you got Pops, you got me, and you got Tank. Tank, if y'all don't know, y'all haven't heard his name, strategically so. That is the 4th Wayne. That is my oldest boy, my oldest child. That's my heart. Yeah. All of my kids are my heart. I mean, there's not going to be one person in this world that can take that away from me.
Yeah, but even saying that, everybody know that first one is always has a special place. All your kids have a place. But that first one is like, I did it. That's when you step into manhood, like, yeah.
Right. We're gonna be like Henry out here. Was it Henry the Eighth? Yeah. We coming for that. But for those of you that want to know, I got a bit of a crazy background as far as what I did for work, because I knew my worth from a young age, so no job ever held me down. I want to be transparent with you guys. I want you guys to understand who I am as a person, where I came from, and where I'm going. Where I'm going is greatness. The sky is the limit. I'm going to be great, and I'm going to succeed. I'm going to need y'all's help with that, but I will be great, right? When I started at 16, I worked at Subway, believe it or not. To this day, present day, that was probably my favorite job.
Oh, the king of subs.
The king of subs. You called me that when I was 16 years old. You already know. The king of subs. To this day, if I walk into a Subway and I order a special sub, they look at me like I'm crazy. But only a person that works there or that have worked there understands what I'm talking about. Anybody that's ever worked in fast food or anything like that, the food gets repetitive. So now you got to do something to make it different so that you're not tasting the same thing every day. But I did that until I was about 18. When I was 18, I started working in a call center. I was working for a Verizon call center that lasted a few months. They didn't appreciate me. I didn't appreciate them. So it was a mutual feeling when we parted ways. So
you sound so damn corporate.
But no, seriously, like we parted ways. It didn't work for neither one of us. And then I went into collections. Now I'm a shark, so collections was for me because I got to live in my natural habitat, right? And then the government said, no, you got to start being nice. And then at that point, it was like, okay, well, this is no longer for me. But I did that for a couple of years. Now, dating back to, as far as my memory goes, I've been in love with cars. I've always been in love with cars.
It was phones first.
I've been in love with both. But I'll tell you right now, I was born.
I never seen somebody have so many phones. When they dropped, you was out getting them like they were shoes. I was like, another one, son?
The technology. It's the technology. I love phones. I've always been years beyond my age. So I dealt with phones, which I'm going to touch on that actually, because I do have phone experience. But I turned 18, worked at collection agency at 19. I started selling cars. I did that off and on until probably about last year, a year and a half ago, maybe. In between there, I sold phones for Sprint, which I guess formerly known because now they're merged with T-Mobile. But I did sell phones for Sprint. I was good at it. I can sell. That was my passion. I love being around phones. I love being around cars. Now, when I started loving cars, I want to say it was back in 2006. My grandmother, my father's mom, had a 2005 gold. Well, it was more like a champagne Impala. Right. And that is when I fell in love with Impalas. From that moment, with me and my dad, I took a road trip in her vehicle to Mississippi. And from the second we left until after I owned 8 of them, I loved Impalas. That was my go-to, but I loved being around cars. I love customizing them. I love doing, everything to them. So I sold my cars. COVID hit. I decided, you know what? I'm done. I can't sit here and twiddle my thumbs for 12 hours a day. I refuse to. I'm worth more than this. So I walked out. I left. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a backup. I didn't have anything. And at the time, I had a Navigator, and I wanted to get it tinted. I had a couple different tint people. My uncle was one of them. he had tinted cars, and then I had a guy that tinted a couple cars for me that used to do it professionally, and then he decided to get out the business and go back to work, but he was doing it part-time. And he told me, like, look, it's going to be $400, $500 to do your navigator, and I can get you in at 7 o'clock in the morning. Those of you that know me and those of you that don't, you will get to know that I'm not getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning for anyone. I don't care how much I want it. I can't. No, I need my sleep. This look takes perfection. It takes hours of rest. So I had to get my rest. I just couldn't do it.
Son, hey, let them know. Hey, women get their beauty sleep, men get their handsome rest.
Right. So I told him, I was like, straight up, look, I'm not even gonna fake the funk. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I cannot get up that early. Is there any other time that works for you? He was like, nope. I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna do it myself because there's one thing I know is cars. So I like to consider myself an intelligent guy. I could figure it out. I decided to tint my navigator. I didn't watch any videos prior. I didn't learn how to do it. I just got the material and I basically did a fake it till you make it type stunt. I kind of just did it. It looked okay enough to me. Not that I wanted to put my name on anybody else's car at the time, but I know I did it. So if there was any imperfections, then I can't blame anybody but myself. Right. So I did that. I posted it on my Snapchat because I was proud of myself. This is my first time doing it. And then one of my friends hit me up on Snapchat and he was like, hey, look, I want you to do my car. And I was like, no, I'm terrible. I'm not doing it. Straight like that. And he was like, I don't care what it looks like. I want it done. I seen what you did to your car. I want to support your business. I was like, well, I didn't even know I had a business, but okay. You buy the film, I'll tint the car, right? So I did that. It took me 6 hours. It was a Malibu. Arguably one of the easier cars to do, but it took me 6 hours to do. I promise I did not get done with that car until 3 o'clock in the morning. He was still up. He came and picked it up. He fell in love with it, posted it on his Snapchat. The next day, customers were just coming and coming and coming and coming. So I turned that into my enterprise. I turned that into my flagship. I turned that into what I was going to be doing. Now, my dream is to open up a car dealership, but I do love tint and I do love becoming one with the car because that's what you are. When you customize a car and you can see the look on people's faces, when you do something for them at a very reasonable price, it makes you feel good. I can tell you with 100% certainty that I am cheaper with my product or with my services rather than anybody in all 50 states. And I want somebody to quote me on that because I designed it that way. Not everybody can afford $600 tint jobs. I couldn't at the time, nor did I want to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, which is why I work for my people, right? And my people meaning everybody. My tint business remains open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't care what time it is. I don't care what day it is. I will get it done.
Hey, facts.
And that's what I do. I look out for my community.
I tell you, real talk, because he came to Columbus, you know, I was only here for 3 days. I had just bought a car. I was like, son, my windows tinted. Man, he was out there at 4 o'clock in the morning tinted. Got that shit looking right.
I mean, I travel, whether I'm flying or driving, I travel with everything that I need to be able to tint cars. Whether I'm going back to Ohio, I've done a trip to Virginia, I've done a trip to North Carolina. I've been all over. I will travel, right? And if one particular person wants it in a different state and they can get me at least 5 customers to make it worth me flying or driving, for one, I'm a driver. I will get on the road and I will drive about anywhere in these states. There is not a place in these states that I will not drive to. This is not a promotion. This just, I guess in a way it is a promotion of myself, not my business, right? Because I'm a grinder. At heart, I grind. I put 150% into everything I got, no matter what I'm doing. Once I believe in it, is locked and loaded. And that's who I am. That's my background. So I know there's been a couple people that asked exactly what did you do? How did you get to this point? YouTube has always been there for me. It's always been something I want to do, but I'm gonna be transparent with y'all because I told y'all that I would be transparent with y'all. I have been camera shy. So this guy that at one point in time performed on stage with my dad with his shirt off because my uncle sent me not matching. My uncle sent me in multiple. I looked like Roy G. Biv when I pulled up to that show, and my dad was not having it. Right, rightfully so. I mean, rightfully so. He was not having it. So I took off my shirt and I performed shirtless. So coming from a person that can do that, I can still say I'm camera shy. I have been, but I'm working towards it.
But that's
why we're evolving.
That's a sense of humbleness. You know what I mean? You can't take that out of your true character. Because it's a fine line between arrogance and confidence. You know what I mean?
Right.
And confidence is pretty much arrogance, just with a lot more humbleness to it.
Right. And that's what I try to do. I'm going to spit positivity to everybody that crosses my page. And give me feedback. Anybody and everybody watching, comment down below. Give me feedback. Yeah. If you think there's something that I can do better or we can do better or something that we can talk about that will resonate with you the best, comment. Let me know what you want to see because I'm at your disposal, right? So I remain humble. I'm grateful for everything that I've accomplished in life. I'm grateful for my parents. I'm grateful for my kids. I'm grateful for every single mishap and everything that went wrong in my life. I'm grateful for that because that prepared me and made me who I am today. One is never too old to stop learning, and one never knows how far they can go without trying it.
Yeah.
You got anything else to say, Dad? I think I've been talking a lot.
Other than for those, and this is gonna sound crazy because I know a lot of our people partake in the 420, but there's a stock out there that if you get in here soon, it's in the cannabis sector. They got a breathalyzer for cannabis that they're going to be putting in each cop car here in America and in Canada once they legalize cannabis. It's just a recommendation. I ain't saying go and buy. Everybody do your own research. So if you are interested in learning about trading, first thing I would say is learn technical analysis. There's free books like Trading in the Zone that'll help you with your mentality, how to think about trading, but also learn who you are as a trader. If you don't know who you are, you're gonna be lost in the charts.
And if you need any assistance, if you need any, all right, we are not professionals at the stock market. We are not professionals. We're working on it.
On my way.
We're perfecting our craft. However, if you have any questions, Dad, what is your YouTube? So people can either comment down below or email you or comment on your YouTube, right? Because I mean, you got your YouTube too, so you got your Four Family Records. So drop your information so people know where to reach out if they're interested, genuinely interested in stocks.
Well, they probably catch me on here because the YouTube channel I was using it for promoting my music, videos, things like that. I really haven't partaken in the YouTube thing until you brought it to my attention. I was like, son, we might as well, you know what I mean? As much as we watch and everybody watch YouTube, one thing I was like, son, they've never been really a father-son communicating on YouTube. You know, a place where, you know, kids can ask the older man questions, or older man can get a young man's point of view, and just have open conversation. I was like, I haven't heard that, especially in this time now. If you know, on YouTube, a lot of men are starting to embark in YouTube to try to bring Black men and Black families back. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was like, if we do this, I knew it was going to catch fire, because it's nothing like this out there that you can just send a comment, ask us questions, and we'll give our feedback about it. You know what I mean?
And if there's anything y'all want to hear in the video, you heard it from him, reach out, comment down below. I cannot stress that enough. If you have something to say, you will be heard. I am looking over every single comment. I am always in touch and in tune with my phone. So with that being said, comment down below, give us feedback, let us know what's going on. I'm grateful that my dad never went to the store to get milk and never came back.
Hey, listen, son. Hey, listen, and we'll talk about that, because as hard as my path was, I never wanted to fail as a father.
Right.
You know what I mean? That kept me more motivated than anything, because, of course, as you see, I'm the second. My son's 3G. He's the third generation. I believe there's power in your name. You know what I mean? And that's what us passing it down. And I was like, you know what? I wasn't going to be that father that failed my son. Even with the trials and tribulations, the hills I had to go through to, still be part of your life, it wasn't going to stop me at all. Right. And as you can see now, our communication, we like, what?
Exactly. And I want to say, coming from me, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You will never hear it enough when it comes from me. I am grateful. I am forever grateful. And in full disclosure, this is not a side knock to those of you who do not have fathers in your life. I feel for you. I can't say that I personally know how it feels. However, if you need somebody to talk to, if you need to reach out, I am here. With that being said,
and this is one of the topics we're going to talk about, son, because it's, a lot of men have been in this situation, being a stepfather. So that's going to be one of the topics we talk about in the upcoming weeks, is how, as a man that's going through situation, how to be a stepfather and still be a father to your own when, you have those situations that is out of your control. A lot of men, need to hear and talk about that.
Right. And that's a cliffhanger, because that is coming up. So if you want to know what may appear on the show next week, stay tuned. I'm going to leave y'all with that. With that being said, don't forget. Push the button. Push the button. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Click that notification bell. Do me a favor. Do yourself a favor. It's free. It don't cost you anything. Press that bell. Press that bell. With that being said, this is Evolve Wayne, your boy Bingo, a.k.a. My Pops. We out of here.
We out. Peace.